Hello and welcome to another episode of Daily Genshin. My goodness, today's statue. I didn't notice, but it twirls. It's kind of nice. Oh, lights just turn off. Must be Dawnbreaker. Over here. Let's see what we got today for commissions. We have... Wow, all generic, all elite. Didn't we do this one yesterday? This is the towers. Escort the transporter to his destination. I feel like we did at least 2 of these yesterday. Well, that's what we got for today, so that's what we'll do. Lantern Ride is here. We started yesterday. I posted another video for it. But for today, I think we're still locked out for part 2. So let's get started. Like and subscribe. Let's see, what would be a good topic for today? We've talked about Lear, we talked about Shangli. Since we are seeing Hilichurls, let's talk about Hilichurls. They seem to have, some of them elemental affinities of sorts. It is debated whether the Hilichurls are either people that have been... Some people speculate that there have been monsters that have been transformed who used to be Katherynes beforehand. So there's the speculation that Hilichurls are people from Katheryne that have been turned over, but there's also other sources, I believe, that say that Hilichurls existed before Katheryne. They were present before Katheryne, so they might be creatures that originated in the Abyss, but have developed or accustomed themselves to the world of Teyvat before even humans came into being. Sort of like elves and orcs, I'm guessing. But obviously they've been primitive. And maybe through mutations or evolutions and interactions with the ley lines and elemental energies, some of them have developed particular affinities to the element. And that's why we have the people like this guy who are obviously attuned to geo elements.
By royal decree. Brace yourself.
Oh. And maybe we have the fire and the ice archers are also in the same boat. They've developed affinities to those elements in some shape or form. But when we first encountered them, obviously we didn't know what they were about. But when we went to, I believe it's pronounced the Papa Gorge, or if I had to say it, it would be like the Papa Gorge. There were like 3 different tribes. That place where we're there, like 3 different tribes. It made it seem like the Hilichurls had a clan tribe system in place, and obviously they were, depending on the tribe they were from, they had their own clans, tribes, basically their own associated, their own families, groups. But then when we encountered them later on, as we encounter them throughout the world, that doesn't seem to mean quite as much as it used to. Specifically, there was one of the Hilichurl tribes who was like associated with the moon, and apart from that instance where they mentioned it, it hasn't been mentioned again. So that's one of the things that I would say seems a little bit... Maybe they decided to drop that story chain or that story arc in favor of having just a general mob that could be turned up anywhere, like they have now. There's a special fish here. I'm gonna stop real quick and get it. Take the time to get it. Oh, I scared it. Alright, while you come down, I'll get the other one. Hopefully he sees the lure. There we go. Because they did need like a general mob to use in world for almost everything, and I guess the Hilichurls were it. So we haven't heard anything more about specific Hilichurl tribes in that sense. A lot of people also question, including myself, if the Hilichurls have eyes, because it does seem like they are eyeless, especially with the mask, and as they evolve or turn themselves into Samachurls, they tend to all of a sudden have eyes portrayed in their mask.
Look at that! Quick, let's go show it off!
I have a sneaking suspicion that the mask is because not only a cultural thing for them, but perhaps light, like some sort of sunglass or light shade for them, for their eyes. They're not accustomed. And one of the reasons, what kind of other creatures do you think, like if you're talking like evolution and such, don't have eyes? These are creatures that develop or evolved in darkness, because eyesight in darkness is not valuable at all. You use other senses when you're in the dark, like echolocation. So it is quite possible that the Hilichurls are native to the Abyss in a way, and they do come from the Abyss. The really bad thing I would say about Hilichurls is, like, some people feel like they are in the wrong for fighting them, and the Hilichurls just are protecting themselves most of the time. I mean, we are destroying their towers in this commission. So in a sense, we are kind of being the attackers, and they're kind of the victims.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
No rest for the wicked.
I summon thee!
So in a way, I do
Brace yourself!
feel kind of guilty about it. But what if the Hilichurls did not want to leave the Abyss and actually were pushed out by something else that took over the Abyss? That's another interesting question. Maybe they are moving into Teyvat because they have no other choice. And of course, answer who summoning? What? It's like a random. Oh, there's a mage here, I guess. A random event with a mage.
Think you can get away? Here we go!
I love it, like the. There we go. I was like, they don't even pay attention.
Let me amuse myself a little. Blink! Look at me. Just once.
So it would be kind of sad to, at the end of all this, after all the ones we have defeated in combat, that they turn out to be refugees in Teyvat themselves, and we just have misjudged them all this time. But it is possible, since we know that a lot of denizens, or a lot of creatures that lived in Teyvat before Celestia came into power, basically were exiled, and the only place for their exile is this place called the Dark Seas, or probably the Abyss. And that is outside of Celestia's dominion. So they escape into the Abyss to escape Celestia. And now the Hilichurls is like being moved because of that. They're being ousted out of the Abyss because of the people that moved in. Obviously, or Hilichurlian expert is Elia Musk in the game. So we do know for a fact that the Hilichurls have a language of sorts. Even though it might be primitive, there's still a language, which also means they are sentient beings. They are aware, and at least they are. They're not creatures or animals in a sense. There is more to them, and more complexity into them than we give them credit for.
Time for takeoff. Yahoo!
This shows that they can attack in groups, so... And we know they can build structures. So obviously they are sentient, they are creatures that may merit further research to be able to understand them
Think you can get
and be
away?
able to possibly work with them in the future. One question that has popped into my mind is if they are female Hilichurls. Do they have a queen perhaps somewhere? That's part of their society? Who knows? We really don't know. Alright, that's it for all the daily commissions. Let's see what we got over here. I think I need those books. So once again, I am going in here. Oh, but we have a lot of...
It stopped raining.
Hopefully we don't get all the artifacts, because I am at cap with the artifacts. But I don't think these drop artifacts, just the books, which is what I'm looking for. Definitely want to level some of the talents of some of these people, especially this main guy right here, Venti. I want to crown his ultimate. I have used one crown, and I think I've collected all the crowns currently possible since day one. And I've only used one for Jinshu, because obviously,
Wouldn't gliding be
why
faster?
not? His ult is one of the best, I think, in game.
Time for takeoff. Here we go. Everybody stand back. Get out of here. Take cover.
Burn!
Yes, light it up.
I have to make sure this Abyss guy doesn't... Of course I'm stun locked there. They still haven't fixed
Get
that.
away. Yahoo!
They should.
Yeah. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Alright, 3 more.
Time for takeoff. Let's play. Everybody stand back.
When we did that initial quest with the Hilichurls in the gorge, it also made it seem like the tribes were
Come, sever night from day.
particular based to their elements, but then when we encounter them in future instances, they seem to be a mix of the elemental usage, so we really don't know.
Insubordination. Real life. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Burn!
Think you can get away? Here we go. Wouldn't gliding be faster?
It was too far away for this.
By room? Ow, that's gonna hurt in the morning.
That's like a four in a row stun lock right there.
Burning this?
2 more.
Time for takeoff. Yahoo!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Everybody stand back! Think you can get away? Here we go!
Time for retribution.
That's one of the alts that I think they need to fix is this alt. Instead of like the Phoenix going
Wings of darkness!
farther apart,
Night from day!
it should go like a little forward and then upwards.
No rest for the wicked.
Brace yourself!
Where's the other guy? Oh, they're both here. Ooh, that hurt a lot. Did he disappear just as I was doing that?
Everybody stand back! Yahoo!
Alright, at least I got a purple book that one time. Only one though. I feel like this reward should be doubled in reality. Supposed to be double with condensed resin. I'm talking double that.
Time for takeoff. Let's play.
Time for retribution. Ha!
I'm going in.
Hey, I was outside that
Get out
circle.
of here. Think you can get away? Brace yourself. Shadow Raven, let night fall.
Heard a kiss?
Teamwork is dreamwork. Out of the way.
Can't let this guy. Sorry, I can't let you shield up again. I want to wait for you. And obviously, at first, when we met these little maze guys, they're abyss mages. I thought they were part of the Hilichurls, but apparently they are not. They are abyss order strictly. So they don't have anything to do with the Hilichurls, other than they try to corrupt them to do their bidding. That should be good enough. There is another place we could search for more information about Hilichurls. That is the archives. So in the archives, we do have some more information about Hilichurls here. And that you can see, this is a primitive wandering inhabitant of Teyvat wildernesses. They look very similar to humanity, but seem to have lost both their intellect and spirituality. That is interesting, because spirituality in Teyvat is a great thing, especially with the gods and such. Their presence on the continent has been recorded for over 1,000 years, and yet they have neither history nor civilization. Since the pitch black calamity from 500 years ago, they have begun to spread in large numbers across the land. They are not very strong and they lack organization, but they nonetheless bring sizable trouble to humans every once in a while. So obviously they spread more, but they were present before the calamity 500 years ago, the fall of Canria. So there's that to consider. The warriors, obviously the fighters with the clubs, simple-minded believers in the power of brute force. If their muscles grow strong enough and their strength great enough, then one day they too shall rise up a great shield and become a Hilichurl, or will they? So a Hilichurl being one of these guys. This is a wooden shield wall Hilichurl, which is almost saying like Dendro. A Dendro Hilichurl. Notice that in this photo now they have 2 eyes as opposed to no eyes from this section. And then of course we have the rock shield wall, which is the geo, like a more of a geo presence. And the ice one. And then we have the electro and the fire axe users, which we'll see maybe a cryo one at some point as well. I have no doubt about that. And then they have these big guys, which are apparently part of the Hilichurl tribes. This is a Hilichurl, a mysterious lord of Hilichurls that strides through the thunderstorm. This huge Hilichurl is referred to as lava by its brethren. Its giant body is so saturated with electro energy that elemental energy seeps through the cracks in its body in the form of electrocrystal growth. So, there's that. So we'll probably see other elemental Hilichurls at some point as well. And then these guys are also part of the tribe. And they, of course, have aligned themselves with some sort of element. Anemo. I like about these guys that you notice is they have different staffs. Their staffs are similar in nature, but they're all different. And they have like a little eye coming out of their mouths. I don't think their eyes are like the mask are. Like, it's kind of strange. But they all have the same one, but their staffs are different, which is kind of nice. A nice touch. Nice unique touch to each one of them. So all of these are, of course, see, under the Hilichurl banner. Let's see what it says about the archers. These archers wield simple crossbows, and their arrowheads are crafted from the carved electrocrystals that will deliver an electric shot upon impact. They say that Hilichurl archers are of exceptional skill, can fire 5 crossbow bolts at once. A most impressive feat indeed. Chasing shooting adventurers off. Most wildfires in the grasslands of forest are not actually caused by a certain special night, but due to the actions of these Hilichurls. Berserker. This is, of course, a very special one that we see from time to time. He is obviously the most sophisticated and cultured of all of them, but it's also the most mysterious. We'll probably see more of his mansion, because he says there was something about a mention of a mansion at some point, that maybe he obviously has some power or domain of his own. So yeah, all of these guys are pretty interesting, and we'll probably see more of them as time progresses. We'll be able to see more different elemental reactions and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they made other versions of them. Maybe a flying one that attacks from the air, or some other forms of Hilichurls. The Cryo one is an interesting one because he has like 0 eyes whatsoever. Like no eyes at all. Very, very interesting. And of course their markings or tattoos in their body are different. So yeah, very interesting creatures. Very interesting indeed. Let's visit our friend
Ad Astra Abyssal.
Katheryne.
Thank you for completing today's commissions. Ad Astra.
Reset the expeditions. Mostly collecting Mora these days. Did we do the resin? Nope, we haven't. Let's replenish our condensed resin for the day. I don't have more nets to use, but we need to go to the teapot to reset it. At some point, I would expect they will add NPCs to the teapot, especially mobs that you find out there. Maybe not to attack, but just to decorate. Because we obviously have the Hilichurl camps. So I would like to add some Hilichurls in there and just have them live in my teapot. What else can we create today? Let's go with wall decorations. No, I don't want that. Let's go. Walls are usually a good pick. We always need more walls, but let's go with statues and such. Why not? Banners. Okay, that should be good enough.
If you ever
Oh, if you haven't done so already, log in several times during this period to earn free primo gems. And do at least Zhongli and Ganyu's abilities so that I wonder if the pets reset. Let's see. At least Ganyu and Zhongli's trial run so that you get 20 primo gems each. That's always a good thing to do. Let's see if she has refreshed her store. Nope. In 4 days. So, have to wait. Let's go ahead and do those trial runs, test runs. Do at least do the last, all of them. Get them out of the way.
access denied. Let's dance.
Freeze!
Born of ice and frost. Next on me for Rex Lapis.
Oh, so sorry. Dodge this!
Jeez, Herald is so good and powerful. Really good. Made short work of all those knives. Another good character here. He's probably my favorite character.
Rain outlines your fate.
Cool it!
Rain cutter.
This moment will be frozen in time. Dodge this!
means your fate.
Cool it. This moment will be frozen in time.
Witness the power of the wild.
Combined with a cryo character, this character is a little OP. As far as his ult is concerned. Very, very good character for support DPS. Alright, who's next? Beto. She's a character I would like to get to know better. Apparently her shield can be OP, but it has to be timed perfectly, and one thing that I am not good at is timing abilities. Yeah, I'm not good at timing things. But there are ways to get perfect times for the attacks.
Freeze! Don't get frostbite.
You haven't won yet. Power that ended Python.
So you have to time it because you can't just leave it on either. It's like, bam. She's the character that I would like to get to know better for sure. I might pick her for my invitation just because I have a C4 of her. So I might. Alright, last one. Young Faye's another one that they say she has decent DPS as well. Being a fire catalyst, I kind of like bow and catalyst because they're the rain. I like rain champion, so she's another one that I've been thinking maybe I should get her because I would like her. Good mobility. And then a charge up attack first as well on top of it.
Incinerate. Breath of the flame.
Boom. She looks pretty good too. And it's a hard decision as to who to invite. I also want to level her, but it's just I got too many characters, and the reality is that I don't have the time to level everybody up, nor the resources. It's almost impossible to level everybody up. So it's a hard decision to make. I wish I could go with everybody, but that unfortunately is not feasible. I should go mine 3 other things and get that last daily out of the way for the battle pass. Is there stuff to mine over here? Yeah. Perfect. Should be enough. Should be enough for the item. There we go. Collect the stuff for the test run. Alright. Everything's collected. Alright, all that's left is log in tomorrow, maybe do the lantern right for part 2. Or just wait a little bit and do part 2 and 3 together, there's no real hurry. The real hurry is you at least need to look 7 times for this. At least 7 times during this 14-day window to get the wishes. That's all you need to do. That's really important. Other than that, you have 16 days left for this other stuff to do. So, alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.